talk. You're not coming with me to the hotel room.
No, I'm going home. What are you doing?
I'm leaving, Joseph. I'm
back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
What's up, gang? It's your girl Nesha back with another video. So today's video is my review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood New York Season 9 Episode 1. I'm literally just going to talk about the things that stood out to me. I did not make time to go back and look at last season, other than I looked at the reunion and maybe the last episode, but I did not get to watch the full season, okay? So I said, okay, well, I've already told you guys that I would do this review, so let me just go ahead and do it. So just to give you guys an idea of where I stand on this review, so that way you won't be like, oh my gosh, Nesha, but this happened, this happened, this happened. Listen, I have not followed the Love and Hip Hop New Yorks. I've told you guys several times that this is literally me stepping in from a very long time, and I'm doing these reviews. So if I ask questions or some stuff don't seem right to me that may have already been addressed in previous seasons, kindly comment down below and say, yo, Nesha, back in season blah, 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 Juelz and this and that and that and that. And then I'll understand. But other than that, it will be some things that I don't get or that may have already been addressed. So just a quick heads up here. Alright guys, so the episode starts off with Sin and Joe Budden. Now, Sin is having issues, you know, postpartum issues. She says that she's not able to sleep with a man anymore like they used to. It used to be 5 times a day. Now she's lucky to even get a lick. You know, ever since the baby Lexington came, it's just been crazy in the house. And there is that age difference there. But she just feels like her body isn't being appreciated, and she really wants to attack her man, but she can't because he's either too tired or he want to make it about family. And this is a real life issue, guys. This is a real life issue. That happens in marriage. Well, I don't know if they're married, so I don't want to overstep. If y'all know they're married, put it down below. But he did refer to her before as his wife, and she referred to him as her husband. So I don't know if that is they were actually married and was a secret thing. I don't know. But let's just say that they're just together, okay? Because I don't want to just overspeak. But that happens a lot in relationships. Joe is a really busy man, and I feel where he's coming from. He's just like, yo, I'm tired. I just want to be around my family. Can we do that? But then she's taking it all personal. So I hope they come to, like I said, a happy medium. So Juelz and Kimbella. He did say that he went and did some dental work, and so he was having issues with his mouth, and now he kind of talks a little funny. And I guess it's because he's warming up to the new teeth that he has in his mouth. I don't know, but they're pretty. He talks about his addiction issues. He says that he didn't become addicted to Percocets until after he had his dental work done. And then he also talks about when he was in the airport and he didn't know that he had the gun in his bag. And so when he realized that there was a gun in his bag, he also had Percocets on him, I believe, that his initial thought was run. And he ran. And so that was all over the blogs, all over YouTube. He says that he didn't know he had that gun in his bag, and he's saying that he's basically trying to fight the case. Okay, what I think happened is he forgot it was there when he was high, and then went through the dang airport. They realized it. He realized he done messed up, and so then he tried to run. That's what I think happened. But to say that it wasn't yours or whatever, it's just a whole hot mess. Kimbella is just struggling, trying to hold on. She says she's been with him for 9 years. She's dealt with the disrespect, with the addiction, and I guess just his lifestyle, you know. I feel bad for her in a sense because you have these kids with this man. You're wanting this husband. Apparently he hasn't wifed that yet. I don't understand why. Y'all been together 9 years. He was quite successful at one particular time. So I don't know why he didn't just put a ring on it. But whatever, that ain't my business. But she's just holding on, and she's being a single mom now. So Juelz is staying with his mom because him and Kimbella are not married. So they could not, I guess, assign him to her. So they signed him to his mother or whatever. However that goes, I don't know. But he's on house arrest. And so she's, you know, they flip over to her. She's going through it. She's being a single mom basically with the kids. And they're saying, I miss Daddy. And she's like, I know. And she just tells us that it's been a whole lot for her. And then you go over back to him and he's just like, you know, I want to make it work. But how can I do that when I'm here and she's over there? So later on, Juelz's lawyer calls when he's at the park with his kids, because this is the one visit that was granted, or the judge granted this one particular time where he can go out and just have fun at the park, I guess. And so the lawyer calls and says, look, here are your options. You take the plea and you get between 18 and 24 months, or you can take it to trial and risk getting between 4 to 5 years. So it's completely up to you, you know, get with your family, decide what you're going to do and let me know. So now he has this, you know, he has to come up with this decision. Do I risk leaving my family for a short time but saying I'm guilty, even though I feel like I'm not? Or do I take it to trial and still risk getting, you know, sent away but for a longer period of time? And that's how they get you. Kimbella seems really hurt by this. She does want her man, but she has acknowledged that she's been through a whole lot with him. And it seems one-sided a little bit. It seems like she's had to just deal with a whole bunch from him. And it's sad and it's unfortunate. But it happens all the time with women, good women, you know. And it's going to be a sad day when she decides enough is enough and she leaves him and goes to get her another man, because she's constantly had to basically carry this man and be the mother to this man, and you have neglected your own self. You know what I'm saying? And from your kids. Okay, so let's talk about this Alexis Skyy and Fetty Wap drama. Now, I don't remember whether it was Love and Hip Hop Hollywood or Atlanta. I can't remember, but I remember doing a review and she was on one of the episodes. So her drama is that she's had this baby by him. He's not claiming the baby, and not only is he not claiming, he does not want to do a paternity test for this baby. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that they don't believe that this is Fetty Wap's baby because the baby looked like Lucci, apparently. I'm going to say this. The girl is trying to get a paternity test done. I don't give a damn who we think the daddy is. She's trying to get the test done. This man is refusing to allow her to do that. So how can you say that a baby is not yours, but then you don't allow the girl to do what she got to do to prove that it is, because she's saying that it is your baby? And then not only that, the baby has apparently been through 4 brain surgeries or something like that, born at 23 weeks. So this is a premature baby that has already been through a whole lot in her life, and now she's being raised by a single mother and potentially has this father that could help her, care for her, support her. But instead of him being a man and saying, you know what, let's just go get the damn test. If I'm right and it's not my baby, then, you know, we can both go our separate ways. But if it is my baby, at least I'm not wasting any more time. I'm giving you this test so that way I can see for myself and I don't waste the time. Because we don't want to go another 3 or 4 years and the baby still haven't had the paternity test done, and then we find out it is your baby, and then now you feel like crap. Or you may not, because apparently you have a whole lot of kids. But I just think it's stupid. I think it's stupid because you can dead all this, right? You can fix it. All you have to do is go take the damn test. And instead of doing that, you want to keep running around town talking about, oh, I was looking for you. What? Well, hell, you could have found her. Actually, she says that when she went through all of that, when she had to be rushed to the hospital or whatever, he was with her. So you were with her all up until the point that the baby was born? Come on now. I know you ain't trying to say the baby didn't look like you at that time, because the baby is too young to know who the hell it looked like. So what was the real issue? Maybe he don't care for her anymore. Maybe it was a one-night stand. Maybe he don't like how she acts out here in these streets. Maybe it's just some sort of animosity there. So he's making her life a little bit more complicated, and the baby has to suffer. This is the story. I mean, it happens all the time with women and men that don't get along. They end up having the child pay for their bullshit relationship, you know? So it's a classic story. You've heard it before. And so anyway, Alexis Skyy now decides that she wants to be either a rapper or a singer. I don't know. But she said she wants to be the next 6ix9ine. So I'm assuming a rapper. and she's there signing with Treyway. But then when I saw Scotty, Treyway Scotty, I think that's his name, which was 6ix9ine's manager, I thought he had fired all his management. So I was like, wait, and I thought you was in jail too. Didn't you go to jail? Isn't your whole business like under some sort of investigation right now? And you gonna sign a new artist? I was like, oh Lord have mercy. Oh Lord, this is gonna go real bad real fast. It's gonna go real bad. But anyway, that's what she signed to. So she thinks she owns, child. She got her little necklace and she just thinks she's the hot stuff. And so of course, we're gonna go ahead. I'm interested to see how this whole situation, this drama turns out. I don't know, y'all, because it just seems like he's being difficult. Just take the damn test. How hard is that? Just take the damn test. Safaree is there. First of all, he didn't give us any issues when it came to saying that he did not sleep with Lyrica. Okay, he outright, when Joe asked him, he said no, no, no. No playing, no touching, no dry humping, no sex, no nothing, right? It never happened. Absolutely not. It did not happen. And then we also find out that Safaree is going to be performing at this Dykeman Park. And apparently that's where, okay, first of all, it's a basketball tournament. So there are a lot of dudes around and a lot of street dudes. And usually big artists that have street anthems or street popping songs, right? They come to this park and they perform for free, but it gives you that exposure. Joe Budden is trying to understand, why the hell did they choose you? Why are you going to do that? You don't have not one street anthem, and you're going to perform where there's a bunch of dudes. Your audience is predominantly women. Why are you going to where there's a bunch of men? You're out of your lane. Like, it does not make any damn sense, y'all. So he goes, he gets booed. I remember seeing this story. It was freaking hilarious, yet I was so embarrassed for him. They were throwing food at him, and he talking about, I fuck bitches that you dream about, or some lame ass line that he decides to say. And even Mano in the episode, he's gonna be on this season, and Mano was like, look, I'm confused. Is he a gangster? Or is he just a person that just raps about it? And because you were on an interview crying about getting robbed, but then you rap about having 9. So I'm confused. Even Joe Budden is confused. We all confused. We don't know. I think honestly Safaree is not about that life. He's just a good entertainer, hype man. That's what he is. I see Safaree as the perfect hype man. Do I see him as a gangster? Hell no. That's why they robbed his ass, because he's easy. And not only that, we find out in this episode that he got robbed for his jewelry. Remember, he was on, what was her name? Angie Martinez's show. He was crying because I think something happened with his uncle. Then he was robbed, and he was just shooken because it had happened, I think, that morning before he came or something. I can't remember details, a little fuzzy. We all trying to figure out if they stole all your jewelry, why would you go? No, I think Joe said, well, at least you got your jewelry back, because in my history of being robbed, I've never got my stuff back. He was like, no, I brought it all back. He replaced it. He said, you replaced the stuff that they done stole from you? And he's like, yeah, actually 2 weeks later, I went and brought the stuff all back. We're like, you damn idiot, you're a walking target. First of all, you're performing outside of your lane. You don't need to be out there with a bunch of street niggas performing a song called Honey. That ain't no street anthem, right? You're out of your jurisdiction. And not only that, you were robbed for all the jewelry you had, and you go replace it and you still walk around with it. You're a walking target. So y'all, I was just like, Safaree, I really like Safaree, but he just do some stuff that just don't make any sense. All right, guys, so I believe that's all of the highlights that I want to talk about. So as always, get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with the bell so that you're notified every time that I release. Until next time. Bye.
Yeah, low key and maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.